Jesus never said the words, "I love you," in the Bible. What he said to Peter at a very crucial or pivotal moment in Peter's life is, "Peter, do you love me?" He asked him this 2 times, and each time Peter responded, "Lord, you know that I have affection for you." And on the 3rd time, he said, "Peter, do you have affection for me?" So to me, the point is not make sure that you love God. The point is, know what you do have for God is enough if you believe in Him. You love Him, you have affection for Him, whichever it is, you can operate in His kingdom effectively. And Peter had made the claim that he would do anything, including die for his God. And I believe the Lord was illustrating that it's not about your love for Him. And that in His own way was a way of illustrating how much He loves us. Because He didn't shame Peter, He just wanted Peter to be honest about who he was and what his true feelings were, or passions, or devotion to his God is. That in and of itself is a true, I'm looking for a word, it's not sign or indication, but it's an absolute proof of how much Jesus loved Peter, that He asked him that so Peter could see himself and be honest in that light, the light of knowing how much his God loves and accepts him. His God is not ashamed of him. He never was ashamed of him. When He said He would betray him, He was not ashamed of him. After He betrayed him, He was not ashamed of him. But Peter was not being real with himself. Peter was making claims because he wanted them to be true. He wanted to prove his love for God, when God was trying to reveal to him, that's not what it's about. It's about how much I have loved you. But He doesn't say it in that way, "Don't you know what I've done for you?" or other things that sound manipulative or actually are pressuring in some way. He wants it to be from your heart. So instead of going for the "what have you done for me lately" thing, He simply speaks to Peter in a way where Peter can really see himself and see his God through the awareness of who He is. He is what He is, and still his God loves him. So it's a different way of seeing it. Whereas so many times when I encounter people, they'll say, "I could see how He loved me even though I'm this rotten, filthy sinner, and that's what makes me love Him." And that's missing the point, I believe. The point is not that you are a filthy, rotten sinner. It's that you are who you are, and God loves you because He is good. And when you see that, then you can start to love Him, but not because you're supposed to, not because it's a command to love Him, but because it's a natural response. Just like when people saw Him, they would fall and saw Him for who He is. They would fall on their knees and worship Him.